Hello viewers. Guess what we've got here for us? As you can probably see by the border, it is a GameGear game. And as you can probably now tell, it is a Megaman game. Yes, this is Megaman for the GameGear. They did release a Megaman for the GameGear, as some people may or may not be aware. Pretty obscure, pretty rare. It wasn't made by Capcom, though. It was, in fact, made by US Gold. So, as a result, the game is kind of so-so. We have only 4 Robot Masters to choose from. 4 for Mega Man 5 and 1 for Mega Man 4. And for some reason, Starman is green. So let's go ahead and start with him. Okay, so starting off, you can see the levels are laid out pretty much exactly as they are in their NES counterparts. Controls about the same. As you can see, though, because of the Game Gear's smaller screen, it is really zoomed in, which it's not too big of a problem now, but it might become an issue later on. We'll have to see. Yes, like right here. Yeah, you see those spikes? You wouldn't have known those were there unless you were familiar with the NES game. So, yeah, basically a lot of leaps of faith going on here. And that was a pretty dumb death on my part. Let's see if... That's better. Why aren't you jumping? Okay, now I'm starting to think that something's wrong here. I don't know if it's just me or if the game's not letting me get out to the edge as much as I could before. So they did a pretty nice job of replicating the graphics in the NES games. Albeit in this part the platforms are moving, but whatever. The biggest problem in this version, I think, is the music. It is really watered down, which I guess is to be expected by Sega's kind of crappy sound chip compared to the Nintendo systems. Are you gonna throw the shield? Okay, here we go. Damn it. Okay, I think I might have him in a pattern. Nice hitbox there. There we go, got him. And we get crash weapon. Okay, seriously, they couldn't, apparently they couldn't look up the names of the weapons, so they just made them up. And this time, Brightman is weak to the Star Crash, though. They would use Brightman's stage for this game. Always hated Brightman's level. And after stupidly losing 2 lives back there, I'm not too, and we'll just have to see what happens. Especially as, oh my god. Damn it, I might have to restart this recording. Because, you see, the thing is, this game is pretty cruel with the game overs. You get game over, it takes you back to the title screen. You don't get any continue option at all. As similar as it is to the NES games, it just feels... It really does just feel like an inferior port of the NES games. Hell, to be honest, I thought the Game Boy games were done better than this. I guess back in the day, if you had a Game Gear for some reason, but not a Game Boy, this would pretty much be your only Megaman game. Is that platform not coming back? Ah, yes, we have the awkward rush coil for Mega Man 5. And this is the only rush power-up we get. Like I was going to say before, you don't get no rush jet in this version, so like I said, which is why the area coming up I am not looking forward to. The game tries to compensate for the smaller screen by having Mega Man all the way on the left side, which, for the most part, like I said, they're compensating for the smaller, zoomed-in screen. Of course, it does make it harder to tell if there is anything to the left of you. Okay, here it is. Here's the bullshit part of the stage. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so far so good. Don't need you guys. Ah, there we made it. Okay. Feeling better. Okay, right now. Right now, also just jumps around like an idiot, right into the Star Crash. Okay, got him. Didn't even use the flash stopper on me. Can't complain, I guess. get Bright Weapon. Hooray. So next is Napalm Man. Alright, we got tigers coming up here. Love that glorious GameGear music. Yeah, GameGear wasn't exactly known for its great sound chip. I mean, really, the system. Back in the day, I mean, it was. Out of all the portable systems, what few there were, it was probably the one that gave the Game Boy the most run for its money, but... Oh, look at this! For some reason, there used to be waterfalls here, but now there's, like... I guess that's supposed to be sand, and it doesn't even push you anymore. I was saying, even the GameGear just couldn't cut it with the Game Boy. I'll take that. Yeah, it had the lit-up color screen, which sounded better than the Game Boy on paper, but ultimately, the fact that the result was it ate up so much more battery life. And it was a lot bigger and bulkier, and it costed more. Were the factors that caused it to fail. People preferred the Game Boy over it. Open up. Hello. Like I said, and there was a pretty big lack of third-party support for the GameGear also. As you can see, this was all the GameGear got as far as a Megaman title is concerned. There really wasn't much else for it other than like Sonic. Ports of the Sonic games from the Master System, and basically that was it. A lot of Master System ports. Yeah, there's a blind jump if you don't know that's there. Why did it not count that? As you can see, for some reason the flash stopper just damages him directly instead of like freezing him like it usually does. We get Bomb Weapon. And finally we get the Stone Man. I never found Stone Man stage that interesting, so knows if I'll have much to say for this. Oh, we still got this. Secret room. Well, how many do I have now? 4? Good. I was feeling worried for a while back there that I was going to game over, in which case, like I said, they send you all the way back to the beginning, or, yeah, they send you all the way back to the title screen. So unless you actually wrote your password down, you pretty much have to just start all over. Why is this lagging? That rat's stuck around longer than I expected it to. Again, the smaller screen makes it harder to tell where the pits are and where there's platforms I can jump to. I think that's the... I forgot there were mystery tanks in this. Unfortunately, those things don't, those platforms in this level don't make you spin. Guess it wasn't necessary, just kind of a neat feature in the NES game. Okay, I guess there was a secret room off to the side. Thank goodness for that. Making good progress. Okay. Just like the original game, Stoneman's weak to the napalm bomb. Again, he mostly just jumps around though. He doesn't actually use his Power Stone. Speaking of which, we now get Stone Weapon. Alright, and that takes care of the 4 Robot Masters. They just reused Cossack's Fortress for some reason. Waveman. Yeah, actually, for the Fortress levels, they actually use a couple more Robot Master levels instead. In this case, we got Waveman's level. For some reason, it's playing Gravity Man's theme, though. is. No steam jets to... oh, there it is. Oops. I guess I don't need the health. But I want to get taken and get the one up. All too familiar bubbles segment, which again is going to be harder because it's the zoomed in screen. It's hard to tell where you're supposed to jump to again, unless you've memorized this stage from the NES version. And time for the speeder bike segment. Again, this cramped screen hopefully isn't going to be too difficult. Hate the dolphins. Octopus mini-boss. A lot smaller this time, which actually makes it harder to hit its weak point. There we go. Okay. Wave Man. Curiously enough, he does not have a Robot Master weakness. Fortunately, I know pretty well how to fight him from... I usually fight him first in the NES Mega Man 5, but... for some reason he still kicked my ass. Well, I only had a third of my health left, too. So let's try this with full health this time. Am I gonna sweep him this time? I did! Nice. And we get the water wave, or wave weapon as they call it here. What's next? Toad Man. Still got the pushing us back. I just realized the Mega Buster doesn't like to want to go through something, even if it kills whatever I shot at there. Now, normally Toadman's level doesn't give me much of a problem, but I don't know. For some reason, this version, it makes me really nervous. There's Escaroo. Whoa, I'm not expecting you to... Stop throwing your eyes at me and... One regular Mega Buster shot kills it. That couldn't have been intentional. Look at that. By the way, never tried Power Stone out yet. As you can see, it only sends out 2. Like, pretty much like Stone Man himself does it. Okay. Hate those jumps. Now, for whatever reason, Toadman is weak to the water wave. There we go. Strange that a toad is weak to water, but... maybe it's because it dilutes the acid or something. And from him we get Rain Weapon. And this time we're apparently going to Dr. Wily's fortress for real. Alright, so... well, this looks familiar. Yeah, we're in Quickman's level. Yeah, this is apparently the, what they do for the Wily Fortress. Use Quickman's level instead. Let's rain on these guys. As you can see, though, the lasers don't kill you in one shot. In fact, they only do a small amount of damage, which is probably a good thing because again, of how zoomed in the screen is, it would otherwise be pretty difficult to tell where you're going. None of those Sniper Joes. Okay. But before we actually fight, instead of actually fighting Quickman, we get teleported off here. Oh. Did a pretty good job of replenishing my lives. Step into the teleporter, and we fight Dr. Wily. Right to the Wily Saucer battle, too. Again, though, he's not weak to any Robot Master weapons, so We're gonna have to make do with the Mega Buster. He fights just like he did at the end of Mega Man 5. My usual tactic of staying near the center of the room, because he usually doesn't appear right there, but sometimes he still appears way too close. Or too high. Damn it. No worries. I'm good on... Will you stop that? I'm just gonna go ahead and use the... Oh, that's not... There we go. There we go! For some reason we still get the weapon sequence. And for some reason we blow up Cossack's fortress. Not sure I'm too happy about that. But that's it then. That was Mega Man for the Game Gear. Overall, not really the best Mega Man ever. Certainly not the best portable Mega Man. Again, much rather play the Game Boy games than this. Really, any of the Game Boy games are better than this. Even Mega Man 2, which a lot of people didn't like. But again, even that's better than this one. But still okay, I guess. I mean, again, pretty middle of the road. Still, for a Mega Man that wasn't made by Capcom, but rather a third party, came out better than the ones High-Tech Expressions did for DOS. That's for sure. Overall, though, really just a mashup of Mega Man 4 and 5. But looks like that's it. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.
I'm playing a game.